All right, in this video, we're going to install the AI module, a bunch of other stuff. We're only going to turn on a few, but we'll get started. All right, so you should be over here on this page if you're using Drupal Forge. Once again, easiest thing to do here is make sure you're logged in, click My App, and a listing of all the sites you have up and running at Drupal Forge will be here. Now, obviously, I have a few, but I know that the one that I'm using is the demo Drupal 11. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to spin it up really quickly in general. Once again, make sure cloud environment is turned on. And the easiest thing to do, I find, is just click Manage. That's going to open up my dashboard where I can, do everything I need to do, including making my site last a lot longer than just an hour. Once again, you can click that up until 12 hours per day for 30 days. Well, of course, we're going to install some modules, so I need to get into my terminal. I'm going to copy the password and click Open Application. I was actually already logged in. If you were, it just comes to this. If you weren't, you would have pasted your password in. Now, when this spins up, I do find that a couple of things are going on here. I can close this welcome screen. I don't need it. But I typically don't get a terminal window out of the box. So this is like every other VS Code browser-based development environment you've ever used. And if you've never used one, they're actually pretty straightforward and really cool. Head up to the hash marks at the top left, click on Terminal and click New Terminal. And boom, you have a new terminal. Again, this takes just a minute to kind of boot up, and well, there we go. I'm going to make that just a little bit bigger for y'all. Now, in the description of this video below, you'll see I've pasted a series of composer commands. Go ahead and copy all of those. Let me just show you quickly what we're going to install. We're going to install the AI module, and as I mentioned, I'm going to use the 1.2 RC. We might run into some issues later on with this. I got to be honest, I don't really know. We'll figure them out if we do. The key module, the AI Open AI provider, the Pinecone module, we're going to install that now. We're not going to turn on for quite a while. The image alt text module, the agents module, the summarized document module, the AI SEO module, the AI media image module, although honestly, I'm going to show it to you, but it's useless. I would never use it, at least at this point. The meta tag and meta tag AI module. Now, meta tag is not an AI module. Of course, that's the meta tag module. If you want to make SEO easy on your site, well, you've got the meta tag module. Well, the AI module goes along with it. And then we're going to turn on just a few modules to begin with. Media, media library, AI, the Open AI provider, token, and key. All right, go ahead and copy that out of the notes below and head back over to your browser and paste that in. If you're on a Mac, it might ask you to allow that to happen and then click Enter. That's going to grab all of those modules straight away. Now, I will say this never runs as fast as it does on, say, a dedicated server, a Droplet, a DigitalOcean, or even your local environment. This is free after all. So we're going to let it do its thing and finish up. Drush is already installed in this environment, so we have one Drush command to run. And again, that's down in the notes below this video. I'm not going to speed this video up. I figured you might as well see how long it takes here at Drupal Forge because yours is taking just as long. All right, there we go. Go ahead and paste that Drush command in, hit Enter, and we should have all of those modules turned on, which we will check in just a moment. All right, let's head over to our site and click on Extend, and let's make sure those modules got turned on. So down here, media library, Under the AI, we've just got core, OpenAI provider, token, and key. We're good to start. The plan is to come back and turn on modules as we need them, rather than just turning them all on at once. I want to explain each one as we go. All right, the first thing to do to get set up here is to add a key. As I mentioned in the last video, you'll need a paid account at OpenAI. So I'm going to head over to openai.com and I'm going to log in to the API platform. And over on the left-hand side, click on API keys. Now, I've obviously got some set up here. It's really easy to set up a new one. Click Create a new secret key. Give it a name. Select a project. Just put it in the default project. That's just as easy. And click Create Key. Now, you won't be able to look this up later, so make sure you copy it to a safe place. Otherwise, again, you'll have to just come and create a new one. The good thing about OpenAI's API keys is they just don't cost a lot. I think over the last probably 12 months, I've probably paid $20, maybe $30. That's it. And I use it pretty extensively. So again, remember, copy this and paste it into a safe location. You won't be able to look it up later. Now that's your key that you're going to use. Let's head back to our site. Click on Configuration and Keys. Click Add a Key. I typically just call mine OpenAI or, again, whatever LLM I happen to be using. Scroll down and paste that value in. And save. Now, you can get to it here and look at it and edit it, of course, but you cannot get back to it at OpenAI. Now, if you're using the Drupal AI version here at DrupalForge, you didn't need to do that. That key is already set for you, and you're good to go. All right, one more step. Go to Configuration again. Come down here to AI and click Provider Settings. Click OpenAI Authentication and just select the key. And you're good to go. So there are some settings here. You can pretty much leave them at the default, but let's go take a look. Configuration again. And AI default settings. By the way, you really want to install Admin Toolbar if you've not done so. I don't change these. They pretty much default to GPT 4.0, which honestly, later on, you're going to find out for the purposes of AI generation in Drupal, that's probably the best one to use, especially when it gets to creating a search API and making the whole chatbot thing work. I've tried different ones. I really like 4.0. It seems to work the best. Now down here under text to image, it's going to be DALL-E 3. You can change that to GPT image 1, but here's the problem. 9 times out of 10, this is going to time out, especially here at DrupalForge. But even on my dedicated server where I have the timeout at 60 seconds, about half the time it's going to break. And let's face it, DALL-E 3 just isn't worth using. I'm going to strongly suggest, as I mentioned, something like Nano Banana, or I'll show you a couple of options when we get to that point. The rest of them, again, they pick the defaults. You don't need to change these. You're good to go. All right. Well, there we go. That was actually pretty simple. In order to get AI working, you have to install some modules, add a key, connect the key to the AI module in your Drupal site, and you're ready to start working. In the next video, we're going to get into the real heart of it and start to set up CK Editor, and we'll look at all of the options that gives us.